Are you health conscious? If you think you are, then this video session is for you. Welcome to our channel H2 for Health and Wealth. What do we need to stay healthy? First one, healthy air. Second one, healthy water. Third one, healthy food. Wait, do we have healthy air? Are we living in polluted zones or non-polluted zones? You know the answer. We don't have any control over the air these days. Let's go for the second one. Are we having healthy water? Let's check it out whether we have good technologies or not. Third one, what about the food? Is it with pesticides or non-pesticides? Yes, we know the answer too. We don't have a control over the food also. So no control over the air and no control over the food. Let's have a discussion on the water, what we have technologies today. What percentage of our human body is filled with water? Is it 30% or 70%? Well, we know the answer, 70%. Let's think once. Right from the morning to the evening, are we having discussions what food to eat or should not in the home, or what type of water we need to drink or should not? Well, you know the answer too, food. But our body is filled with 70% with water. So if we consume each and every sip of water properly, it takes care of our health. Let's see how it works. In the early 1900s, Russians did an extensive research on the people who live more than 100 years. Upon to the surprise, they have got a few places. 1. Ganga, Himalayas. 2. Lord's France. 3. Jumjam waters, Makkah, and many more. Why habitations are living more than 100 years? Because they have found 3 common properties in those waters. The very first one, antioxidants. Second one, alkaline. Third one, superhydrations. Man evolved from ape. It took 65 lakh years. 65 lakh years? Too long, right? During those times, what was the resources of drinking water? Obviously natural streams, isn't it? This logic was taken by the Japanese and started inventing the technologies that can be brought natural waters to our bodies again. Why? Because this 65 lakh years, our cell's evolution was done with natural streams only. If there is a possibility to drink the natural water again, we can be rejuvenated very much faster. That's where ionizers have come into picture. Whatever the raw water we give to an ionizer, the output of the ionized water is equal to the natural stream waters with those 3 properties. 1, antioxidants. 2, alkaline. And 3rd is superhydrations. Japan-based Enagic International introduced this technology, ionizers, in the year 1974. They named this water as Kangen water. It means return to origin. Returning our raw waters again into the natural streams. That's where the name has come into picture. The very first property of our ionized water is antioxidant. When we are ill and visit a doctor, they prescribe vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, and many more. Once upon a time, antioxidant is very big word, and today is very common word. Let's see it very simply. Let's take an apple and cut an apple. It turns into brown, right? How much time it may take if you cut an apple in our home? 4 or 5 minutes. Let's take a similar apple and cut it outside of our home. Does the coloring shading process happens faster or slower? Bit faster. Let's cut a similar apple in an industrial area. Shading process happens very, very faster. In simple terms, in chemistry, we call this one as oxidation. Whenever a living tissue gets oxidized, it leads to sickness and aging. Let's see this picture very clearly. Who looks young? Left or right? Obviously left. On what parameters we said that? Skin wrinkles, isn't it? And what is the root cause for this damage? Are the free radicals. And what are the free radicals? Let's see this picture very clearly. Any atom Center part is a nucleus, and we have orbitals around the nucleus. And the outermost orbit, if any electron is unpaired, this atom is termed as a free radical. Let's check it on the top side of the outermost orbital. Free radicals, these two electrons are paired. In the left bottom, two electrons are paired. But in the right bottom, only one electron is unpaired. This leads to the radical activity. That's where the antioxidant come into picture. Antioxidants have a capability of donating its electron to make free radicals stable. That is how we can safeguard our human cells. We know that we have got 37.2 trillion cells. If we have more free radicals in our body, which means it steals electrons much from our human cells, and the lifespan of human being is getting decreased these days. That is where the doctors came into a role to prescribe antioxidants on the higher note. The scientific word for these free radicals are reactive oxygen species. Once we inhale oxygen, we exhale carbon dioxide, and the byproduct are free radicals inside the cells. Let's see one by one what happens inside our cells. Once we consume oxygen, it produces a free radical named superoxide anion. And second, hydrogen peroxide. Third one, hydroxyl radical. As long as these are in normal levels, it really aids for metabolic activities of human being. But unfortunately, the sources of free radicals are very much vast today. We are leading stressful lives, can't escape from any medicines or chemicals, and even cell phones. This leads to the production of more free radicals inside our body, and some free radicals are entering into our body. And usually, as the body itself produces free radicals, body itself produces antioxidants. The very first antioxidant to overcome the effect of superoxide anion, O2 minus, is superoxide dismutase. For hydrogen peroxide, another antioxidants will be produced in our body, catalase and glutathione peroxidase. And the third one, hydroxyl radical. Unfortunately, there is no natural defensive mechanism to control this hydroxyl radical .OH. I repeat, there is no defensive mechanism naturally to control this hydroxyl radical .OH. That is why doctors always prescribe to take antioxidant from outside. We know that generally doctors suggest vitamin A, vitamin C, minerals, proteins, vitamins E and carotenoids. And what are the blue colored secondary antioxidant enzymes really helpful to support the superoxide dismutase as well as catalase and glutathione peroxidase. But unfortunately, this pink colored one, glutathione sivocutane lipoic acid, which is abundant in avocados, what we generally don't take, tomatoes we usually consume, dry fruits occasionally we consume, and this kind of things are really helpful to control to some extent hydroxyl radical. Are we consuming antioxidants every day? We are really good enough. Why we have to take antioxidants? If you're not taking antioxidants on a daily basis, what really happens is this free radicals starts damaging cells. You can see the picture here. DNA, standard spherical structure. These free radicals cut those standard structures and it affects the cellular membranes as well as lipid profiles. If this procedure continues for a long time, the reproduction of the cells always leads to a damaged ones, which results into the production of various diseases, what really links to free radicals. One of such, diabetes mellitus, what we usually call a sugar disease, multiple sclerosis, a damaged nervous system from head to backbone, asthma regarding lungs, cancer, neurodegenerative like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cardiovascular, heart, rheumatoid arthritis related to the bones, chronic inflammations like gastric, and aging. We can't prevent aging, but what we can do is we can prolong aging. To reduce this effect of free radicals or to revert the diseases back to original state. We need to give antioxidants every day. A person to live longer and healthier, the antioxidants plays a vital role. But unfortunately, antioxidants what we take are not enough to combat the free radicals, what the production been happening inside our body. That is where the natural waters came into a bigger role. We know that .OH are hydroxyl radicals. Once we consume hydrogen-rich waters, what we call natural streams or ionized waters, hydrogen donates its electrons to hydroxyl radical, and the output of free radical itself again water, and that will be coming out of the lymphatic system. And that's why we should be so thankful to our H2, which is abundant in our natural streams, otherwise only in the ionizers. And H2 has 170 disease models for human being as well as animals, which means each and every organ of our body can be repaired and can be rejuvenated by taking H2. ORP, abbreviated as oxidation reduction potential or redox. If a solution shows a negative ORP, it means the solution has more number of electrons. For example, here you can see the vitamin C, green tea, fish, natural streams or Kangen waters have more number of electrons in the solutions, which means they can donate more electrons to the environment. In contrast, if ORP shows a positive values, like the energy drinks or regular tap waters or RO waters are positive values, which means they are deficit of electrons and cannot donate more number of electrons to the environment. In other terms, it takes more electrons from the environment. Let's see a practical scientific demo now. This is an ORP monitor, which literally measures the liquid's capacity to reduce oxidation. Let's check the very first one in Kinley. It shows the positive value approximately more than 250. Higher the positive value, it is highly oxidizing as well as inflammatory. Now you can comfortably check this is more than plus 300. Let's go for the QR. This is also approximately 290 plus value. Let's check energy drinks. Sprite, it's more than 400 plus values. Higher the positive value, higher the oxidizing and as well as inflammatory. Let's go for Kinley soda. It is also plus 400. Let's check the alcohol. It's only for the testing sake. It is showing approximately plus 100 plus 140 we can take. Let's go for the Enagic Kangen water. It is only showing minus value. All the liquids have shown only positive values. Only Enagic Kangen water, it's showing the minus value. Higher the negative value, it is anti-oxidizing as well as anti-inflammatory. What these ORP values indicates is a big shocking thing. In our normal drinking water, we saw ORP value is more than plus 282, which means if we consume 1 liter of normal water with an ORP value of plus 282, we got 100 electrons into our body, which is of no comparison to trillions of free radicals existence in our human cells. Hence, damage to our cells is inevitable. If we drink ionized water, even at minus 249 ORP level, we got 1 trillion electrons into our body, which is appreciable to stabilize free radicals. In our demo, we saw ORP value of Kangen water more than minus 663, which contributes 10 power 18 electrons, that is 1 quintillion. That is why Enagic Kangen water ionizer stood top of the world. So, whatever the water that comes out of the ionizer in a Kangen mode, if it shows negative value, it means there are more amount of hydrogen inside that liquid, which really happens in the natural streams. Let's learn the second property in our natural waters or ionized waters, potential of hydrogen, pH. It gives the information of relative values of hydrogen ions H plus and hydroxyl ions OH minus. If they both are equal, what we call it as a 7, a neutral. If hydrogen ions are more than hydroxyls, it gives the value less than 7, what we term it as acidic or unhealthiness. If pH has more than 7, which means hydroxyl ions is more than hydrogen ions, which means alkaline or base, otherwise we call healthy. Let's see this pH of the waters in a scientific demonstration. Let's test the pH of all the 6 liquids. Litmus test liquid, what we call pH test liquid, ethanol. Let me pour 3 drops in each and every glass. Kinley water or any RO based waters, you can check here, approximately 6 pH water. Pure or Himalayan waters, the Ganga waters, what we call naturally occurred alkaline minerals, that's why its pH is approximately 8. Why we never recommend soft drinks, this is at approximately 3 pH. Soda is also the same at 3 pH. Alcohol, here we can see approximately 4 pH, and the Enagic Kangen water, I have taken this one at 9.5 pH. Distributor who referred this session to you is actually Valuisha. Why? Because once you start drinking Kangen water, let's have a sip. pH changed. Pure waters, pH changed. What are we not supposed to do? Never ever touch soft drinks. Usually alcohol will be taken either with our packaged drinking waters or soft drinks. All the three are acidic. So to get rid of this acidic stress, let's take alcohol with Kangen water. My intention is not to promote the alcohol with Kangen water, but the point is those people who have got addicted, at least they can get rid of the acidic stress. What we are not supposed to do at every time, any of your friend offered you a Sprite, out of the shyness, if we take a sip, what really happened in our bloodstream? pH goes down. So it's always advisable to drink Kangen water to stay healthy. Let's learn the third property, superhydration. These days we all consume very good foods and diet foods too. It doesn't matter how much food we take in a day. What really matters, how much we consume really reaches to the cell. That really depends upon the quality of the water what we take. Let's see this property in our scientific demonstration now. And this is my favorite test. Here we have taken 2 glasses of Kinley's RO and 2 glasses of Enagic's Kangen water. Let me dip a green tea bag 5 times each in every glass. If you get much color, which means this water has got higher capability to mix with this green tea nutrition, means the solubility nature is very much higher. Let me dip 5 times in RO water. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can check somewhat light green in color. Let me dip in Kangen water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can find much green color. That means the solubility of this water is much with this green tea bag. You might have got one doubt. First you made this bag wet in my water, so you have got much in Kangens. Again, let's test in our RO waters. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again the same. You would have got another doubt. Almost a green tea was taken in the Kangen water itself. Let me test again in Kangen water. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Why this is happening? Because this water doesn't have a capacity to mix with the green tea bag, but here the solubility nature of this water is on higher level. Let's go further into our biology. Let me take 2 human bodies. Let's assume this one as a nutrition after the digestion. And we know that after an hour or so, we have to take water, is it not? Both waters are the same. Let's assume this one as a nutrition in our body. Till today, after taking a food, after 1 hour, we have a habit of drinking a normal RO water. Let's check whether the color is getting diluted or concentrated. It's diluted. The same thing happens. Once we drink this water, it doesn't have higher solubility nature to mix up with this nutrition. That's how it can't penetrate much into the cells. Let's drink the Kangen water. Higher solubility nature, so that this have a capacity to carry the nutrition and penetrate to the cells. You know that both food, what we call a nutrition or blood, is the same. And why this much appreciable color differences? Because of the water doesn't have the capacity to be soluble. And what really happens if you start drinking Kangen water? It increases the solubility nature, catch hold of the nutrition and penetrates into the cell. That's why we keep hydrated. In terms we call super hydration. So what we have seen in the last 3 demonstrations, our cells got evolved with antioxidants. Unfortunately, our waters are completely oxidized. Our cells got evolved with alkaline natures, but we are feeding the acidic minerals. Our cells need to have more nutrients, but these waters are not capable of making nutrition into the cell. That is why it is a high time to shift our waters to the ionized state. Ionizer works on the principle of electrolysis. In electrolysis chamber, we have 2 plates. One anode, which is positively charged, and second one cathode, negatively charged. Any metal that is immersed inside a liquid gets corroded. Only 2 metals are an exception. 1 titaniums, 2 platinums. And we all know that titanium and platinum are worth and much more costlier than gold. Whenever water enters into an electrolysis chamber, H2O, water molecule, dissociate into H plus and OH minus. Alkaline minerals in a weak or diluted state and hydrogen gas can be collected from cathode, that is negative end of the terminal. Weak acidic minerals and oxygen gas can be collected from the anode, which is positive terminal. Let's have a quick look into a company, Enagic. It's been incepted in the year 1974, which is original equipment manufacturer in Japan. This Kangen water ionizer been approved by Japan Ministry of Health and Labor Welfare in the year 1987, which is supported by Japanese Association of Prevention for Geriatric Diseases. As we all know that top companies are all part of Better Business Bureau, and Enagic is not an exception. It obtained A+ grade. Enagic introduced this technology in 172 countries, whereas it is located in 23 countries and offices in 40 locations. 1974 to 94. This product is restricted only to hospitals. 95 been introduced as domestic product. Entered into US in the year 2003. It's introduced in India in the year 2016. Coming to the point of certifications. Enagic International been certified by Water Quality Association. It has got 9001 for its quality and 14001 for biodegradable and environment friendly. As Enagic uses titanium and platinum plates, a medical graded. This company been certified by ISO 13485. Because of its superior quality, Enagic has got gold standard, which no other ionizer on this planet has got it. If something happens wrong to our loved ones, can we transfer health just like that? No, we cannot. Everyone has to take the responsibility of their own health because health is priceless. Let's have a quick recap of healthy drinking water properties. TDS, total dissolved salts, must be within a frame of 100 to 200 ppm or milligrams per liter. Second one, ideal value of ORP of human body, minus 150 to minus 450 millivolts. And the third one, alkaline, must be in the frame of 8.5 to 9.5. As per WHO recommendations, we are not supposed to take pH more than 10 and it has to have the superhydration. This prestigious ionizer gives 7 types of waters. The very first one, drinking water. As we have got habituated to 6 or 6.5 pH low pH waters. Let's start with 8.5 pH for 2 weeks, later 9 pH for a month, and finally 9.5 pH. It's not only for drinking, but also for cooking. pH 7, what we term as clean water. It is used for medicines as well as for the babies less than 2 years. pH 6, named as a beauty water. pH 2.5, strong acidic waters. We use this one as a medical disinfectant. Simply we call sanitation or for sterilization. And pH 11.5, strong Kangen waters are used for cleaning vegetables and fruits. Simply we term as pesticides removal. I sincerely believe that you love your family. Give them this precious gift and safeguard their health with Kangen water. Have a safe health. Yours, Raj Verma.